This is Edo for Edgeflix, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about sourcing your anamorphic lens and websites, where you can find it, and just to make it slightly easier for you, and the whole process of finding it. Now, some of you might be familiar, with the eBay. Some of you with certain websites, already where you can get it or where you constantly look for it. But today, as I'm just going to put some of the tools together, which I have found very, very useful, over the past, 3 years, sourcing out my digital equipment and also anamorphic lenses. So let's just dive right into it. First thing first, one of the best websites I find, over the years is pickclick.com. Okay, the address is right here, and what these guys do is actually quite amazing. They pull all the eBays from all around the world, into one site, so you don't have to go individually into each country and look for the item. If you decide to do so, you can do that as well. The site tab right here, I'll just click on it. Hopefully it pops up. Yeah, as you can see, right? But we will be focusing our attention mainly on USA and international. And some of the countries in particular, I find, they have quite a few lenses for sale versus the other ones. Okay, so first thing first, USA and international. Now, what we do, we'll put search for anamorphic lens, right? Anamorphic lens, it already pops up right here, and yeah, I'll just click on that and see the results. Now, what we want to do here is click on a tab, sorting tab, and we're not going to go from a lowest price. We're going to go to newly listed price. Okay. Now we'll enlarge this a little bit so it gives us better view. Come on. Yeah. Here we go. Now, these are the lenses, put in by eBay sellers in the past. Let's just go back, to 24 hours, maybe even to 2 days. And what we have here, as you can see, selection of lenses of very different prices. Some of the lenses, they do go, all the way, to 25, 30,000. But, we are looking for more of a budget lens, right? Nothing too crazy, in the ranges of, maybe $50, up to $200. Now, it all depends on your budget. Obviously, you want to have that awesome, beautiful look, which Panamorph would give you, or high-end lens would give you. But again, you have to understand, you want that lens, you want that glass, you want that construction. You would have to pay enormous amount of money, and that just, for lots of people, is not exactly an option. So we'll be looking for more of a vintage lenses, and some of them include ISO. This is like Hypergonar, French lens, absolutely amazing. Also lenses, such as Muller, and so on and so on. But let's just focus. Let's just go back and start, digging in here. Now, what do we have here? Blah blah blah. Elmoscope. We have Arri lens, and we start searching for more affordable lenses here. And here we go. Now, what do we have here? We have a Hypergonar lens, which had been included into listing, by one of the sellers, and the price shows $230. Now, from my experience, these lenses, they'll go all the way up, to $500, $600, up to $1,000. All depends. But the average median price, I would have to say, would be $250. In the $250, would be just about right. All depends again, on the condition of the glass, casing, if the lens, has been heavily used, and there's lots of different variables which indicate the price. Now, 230. Let's just click on that. And this lens does come with a clamp, Um, but now we're looking here. The price is $230, and on top of it all, you have your shipping, which I don't know what happened. Shipping, which is $40. It pushes the price to $270. Depending where you live, you will have to definitely take care of your own custom custom charges, and that will amount for additional at least 20% of the price. So what we're looking at here, it's $300 plus a waiting time coming from Moscow. That would be probably 2 weeks, just about right. 2 weeks, especially with the coronavirus crisis and everything else going on around the world. Maybe 3 weeks time. If you can wait, fine. You want to pay $300 plus dollars? I don't really know. I mean, I've sourced out these lenses, for less than 150. It does take a little bit of time, browsing through the sites, browsing through the listings, and eventually you'll find something quite reasonably priced. So let's just go back and try to look for another lens. Okay, what do we have here? 235 for Schneider. We have 125 for Schneider Krausenach, and this is an absolutely amazing lens. The price is good, but we need to dig in a little bit deeper in what exactly is going on here and why the price is so low. So casing seems to be reasonably good condition. You're going to go into glass, which is the most important thing about the lens, right? If your casing is damaged, or banged up a little bit, rusty, it does not really matter too much. What does matter 150%, is this. And as we can see in this lens, there is a bit of a damage right here, right? And the damage might have been caused, by natural elements, weather over a period of time. And this seems like this is within the glass, and it could be sign of early mold or another particular damage. We don't really know unless we would inspect this lens from up close and personal. But this, as much the user is stating this will not have an effect on the image, which I think I have read it already. Let's just see more information here. Come on. Yes. Blah blah blah. Glass has no fungus or haze or internal elements. The front element seems to blah blah blah. Tiny spots and won't come off, but doesn't affect the image. To be quite honest with you, if you turn this lens, to a certain angle to the light, the defect might protrude, in through the sensor right onto your image, and that's just from the experience. But it's entirely up to you. This seems like a good deal, and overall, but again, there's slight deterioration on the front lens, which would make me a little bit iffy on a purchase. All right, let's just go back out and close this, and where are we? It's 2 seconds, guys. Yeah. So let's just see a few other lenses. Now what we have here, Schneider, and this one is for a bid, open up to bidding. That could go up, to 200, 300, all depends. But again, it may not. From experience, there is certain certain lenses and a certain time of the day where people would not bid on. It could have been time of the day, or people were not interested at all. Maybe the description was wrong. And I acquired the lenses, for the cost, of maybe $50, and there were lenses worth, probably $300, $400. So these are really good finds, but they don't come too often. I can tell you that. So Here we go, Schneider. As you can see, the price on this Schneider lens, is slightly higher up, 450, maybe to up to 600, for an absolutely immaculate lens. It's just about right price to pay. So let's just go back out. Okay. And let's start looking for something else. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, you getting the idea, right? So just basically pick click, go into anamorphic lens and into the latest and up to maybe 2-3 days, and start seeing, what is available, in that lot. Okay, just things are slowing down here a little bit. Just bear with me. Now, so this is one part of it, one part of the search. Now I'm going to show you, where you can find more. So let's just say, you're digging for that gold, and you're thinking that you're exhausting all the resources, and you're thinking that this is it, and that's all you found. But there is a different way to approach this. All right. So we are digging, and we keep on digging, until we find, what we're looking for. Now here we go. Now let's just go into Germany. And Germany is quite famous, for certain lenses, all right, and some anamorphos. So instead of putting anamorphic into a search bar, we are going to, now this is slowing, yeah, we're going to put anamorphot, okay, and basically, essentially, it's the same thing. There we go. And we are in Germany now, right? Now, not entirely. We just need to refine our search. Now we're gonna go right to the source of the belly. Okay, of the beast. Now what we have here, lenses. As you can see, a few choices. Now 350, 330, 299, blah blah blah, 290. And what do we have here? Now we have Rectimascope by Rathenauer, and this is okay lens. Not exactly too sharp. I mean, sharp enough, but not the razor sharp. 145 euro. If the lens is in a good condition, it's a good buy. Yeah, definitely good buy. These lenses, are hovering around that price. Sometimes you can be lucky and get this lens, for less than $100. And hold on a second, maybe we will be lucky here and we find one. Nope. Yeah, here we go. But this one I have looked at. It's I think it might be slightly damaged. All right. Now, actually, this one is in really good condition. But what we're looking at here again, is price of 100 euro plus 30 shipping, gives us 130 plus your custom charges, and this will come to probably 150, 160, maybe even a little bit higher, depending where you live. So again, not a bad buy, but not exactly excellent. Okay, so let's just get out. Yeah. So you have to really kind of put things in perspective, if it's worth it for you, right? Now, for example, the price-wise, now 145 for German lens, Rathenauer, plus or the shipping, plus possible custom charges. Now 145, 150, we're talking probably 170, 180. We're just gonna pass because I'm pretty sure we can find something much cheaper. All right. Now, but again, talking cheaper, so you cannot get, let's just say, uh, one of the most premium lens, for $50. It could, somebody may know the value of the item and they just put it on, but these things don't happen too often. But when they do, lots of people like yourself, they're clued in, and they're as determined as you are, so you'll be running into somewhat of a competition, and you might be lucky, and you might be the one who actually acquires it, and depending on the time of the day, again we're talking about the description of the item may not be exactly easily searchable for the ones who are looking for the lens, and you are the one who lands on it, and it's ching, we're talking about Christmas time. Even yeah, so this is it, right? So this is just some. This is one of the tools, to for you, to explore and get used to. It's a gold mine. You can definitely find something reasonably priced. Like for example, let's just have a look at this one. Okay, now we're talking about Carl Zeiss lens, and I have been in contact with this gentleman. He's not willing to ship internationally. As I look through this lens, it looks in quite amazing shape. It is slight deterioration, but I think by taking it apart and cleaning it, you will be able to get some of the spots, some of the deterioration out. It could be just dust, oil collection, and that fogginess, caused by just pure aging. And yeah, so once again, going back, to a seller, not exactly willing to ship internationally, but having said that, this lens has been on the market for extremely long time, and the guy just keeps on keeping it on and refreshing it weeks after weeks. So I'm thinking, and maybe sending the message to him in his own language, and that's something I'm going to show you how will kind of soften him up, and maybe he'd be able to maybe he'll be changing his mind and saying, listen, I just need to get some money finally. This lens been on, for a very long time. I'm not selling it, so maybe. Again, big maybe. Now, how to actually communicate with some of the sellers internationally? I would have to say, don't be discouraged finding something elsewhere and thinking, oh, hold on a second, the guy is not selling it internationally, he's not shipping to my country. No, I'm okay, let's just forget it. What I found over the years is take a chance, go to Google Translator, formulate your message to a seller in their own language, copy and paste it into direct messaging system. In this particular instance, it would be on eBay. Just find the seller on eBay, find the item, go into the messaging and send that message to him and say, listen, blah blah, you have the lens for sale, I'm interested, I would like to purchase it. I see that you're not selling internationally, but I really would like to be, I'm interested in acquiring the item. Please just describe the shipping cost and tell me if it's possible. Now, what I found over the years is if you speak their language and if you try, at least 80% of the time, people will respond, and at least 75% or maybe 70% of the time, people will be open to your suggestion and sell you the item. On some occasions, like this particular instance, it's hasn't been possible up until now, but maybe, once again, maybe the seller will be more motivated after putting this lens over and over on the market and not selling it. So this is just my suggestion to you. Alright, so let's close this. Yeah, here we go. Now you can go back, into international site again. And we are under Anamorphic, so anything from all around the world, pops up right here. But not everything again, we just need to go slightly deeper in some instances to find some more lenses. Okay, so here we go. All right, now again, searches. Now when you're searching, try to search in native language. So here we go. We're gonna go to, let's just say, Italy. And I'll show you a little bit of a difference here, okay? And let's just go to Italy direct. And if I put Anamor, okay, I just put Anamorphic as you would say it and spell it in English, and this would be the search result. Okay? Now, if I put in Anamorfico, which would be the way Italians would say it or spell it, suddenly we have more choices and we have more results, which we haven't seen on the previous page. Now, this popped up. This lens wasn't there. Obviously, Cinelux wasn't on the previous page. Cinemascope wasn't on the previous page. Galileo wasn't on the previous page. Now, talking Galileo lens, now we have something here to consider for purchasing. And let's have a look at that lens. Ooh, look at that glass. That glass is absolutely flawless from where I'm sitting. Front glass looks good. Body looks good. Hopefully the rings, are smooth as well, and the focusing as well. Yes, it looks good. And let's just have a look at the rear lens. Yeah, I think that might be a bit of a dust, but no damage at all. Nice and crispy. So this lens is definitely a contender. Now what we have here, looking at ships to Europe. So people in European Union, you're okay. And it's not exactly being available for shipment to United States, or even UK for that matter, because UK is already out of Europe. So it's a bit of an issue. But again, what you can do, as I previously mentioned, just get in here. Okay. Yeah. So you're just gonna go onto eBay. You're gonna search this particular seller, by his handle name. You're gonna find the item. You're gonna click on that link on eBay, and you'll see more items. Obviously, the seller does have more items for sale, as you can see. And you inquire about, a couple of his items. One Officine Galileo anamorphic lens, and a Carl Zeiss, because this, ladies and gentlemen, is a good find right here. And I'm pretty sure the seller would be open to suggestion and some sort of a deal. And again, you'll be messaging him in his own language via direct messaging system through eBay. And yeah, again, this lens is absolutely amazing. I have one of them and sold two of them, and the glass and what this lens can do is absolutely spectacular. It's just the construction of it, the tint, the flaring, just sharpness, just ticks all the boxes. Yeah, and we're talking Carl Zeiss. You cannot really go wrong. Um, Absolutely amazing manufacturer of lenses. Will just crazy. Absolutely, this lens is spectacular. Okay, so to sum it up, this lens, Galileo lens, go to his handle name on eBay, send him a message in his own language, translated through Google Translate, and just wait for response. Done. What else we have here? Okay, this is we are under a seller. Yeah. So guys, by now you have an idea how to search this site, how to use it, to your best advantage. There is a certain time of the day you want to look for the items, always refresh it, look for most recent items added, into the catalog or to repertoire. Go from country to country. You can go internationally. You can go to Germany, Spain, to individual country to look for your lens. And again, try to negotiate. Try to get that deal. Just because it says 90 euro, it does not exactly mean it's going to be 90 euro, right? But for sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But it's entirely up to you. How well presented you are, through your messages, and how motivated you are to buy the item. Okay. So this is pretty much it, for this session. And next time when I see you, I will talk about two additional sites, where you source your lens. And again, we're talking about vintage lens in a budget range. So this is pretty much it for today. So I'll see you next time.